Hi everybody, we're Rob and Leslie Hildebrand.
Welcome to the Chateau de la Grifferaie.
3 years ago, we sold or mortgaged everything we had to buy this beautiful chateau.
With the hope that we could create a special place of learning for young people to learn about their world and themselves.
It's been an amazing adventure so far, with so much more to come.
So come along with us as we wake this sleeping beauty and restore her to her former glory.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Welcome to Rob and Leslie's French Advent
No, not yet.
Oh, it's not December yet.
It's November.
Too early. But it's a beautifully it's a beautifully snowy day, and we thought, let's have some fun. We're going to start shooting our Advent series. Every year we do an Advent series. It's usually a lot of fun. We're done with our session. We're back to the chateau. We're going to start shooting videos. You're going to get to see Leslie again. That's kind of nice. I know, she was so busy, but we're going to have a lot of fun, and we hope you'll come with us for this video and then also for the Advent series.
Yay!
All right, we've been home for 10 minutes. And what are we doing? We're trying to get this van cleaned up and return. No rest for the wicked. Got the vacuum out. Here we go. 1 hour till closing time.
Someone's happy as a clam and he's off. Heaven knows where he went, but he's having a nice time.
So when it's cold out, you know, there's some beautiful things. One of them is candles. We're burning off we just need to have short little nubs that were left over from the session, and what a perfect time to burn them. Heat up the house, put some nice light, and then Leslie has an electric blanket and Mr. Bingley is sitting on it. I turned it on because I'm gonna go sit in it for a couple minutes since Leslie's out going to the brocants. And so he's enjoying the heat, and also these little butane heaters, which throw a lot of heat. And you know, it's not the greatest air quality. It's indoor burning. And apparently it burns clean enough that you can do that, but you don't want it on forever, but it does warm things up nicely. So, you know, you make the best of it, and we get a couple of blankets on, get your house coats on, and you survive. I just walked into the foyer and see a strange shadowy figure. Christmas time, Leslie's found her wreaths. Well, most of her Christmas stuff is not in this country, but she does have a few things. Well, I'm sitting here with this lovely lady, Leslie, who and having a little tea in our afternoon. I just finished mowing, and you've been cleaning, I think. What have you been doing?
You know, one of the nicest things about not having to be in the basement, in the kitchen all the time, is that you can actually start doing some stuff for your own stuff, like actually unpacking. Like there's been so many things that we've just sort of shoved and not put away properly. So I was working on my closet and moving out all the summer stuff and bringing in the winter stuff and folding things up again and changing our bedding and washing a bunch of stuff. So,
we also thought, now every time at the end of the year, it's important for us to walk around the house and take inventory on what's broken, what's moved. You know, we had guys for 10 weeks this year. They were a good bunch, but they were here for a long time.
Well, not just that. We've had people here since like May.
Well, that's true. So it's more than just this group.
It's been like 7 months of stuff. And it's not like we had time in between to do a lot of fixing from the spring session, the summer trip that was here either. So
we're going to walk around and we'll take you with us and find some things that are broken. Now, most people are pretty good about telling us when they break things, but sometimes people are too embarrassed, and so they don't mention it, and then you just find broken things. Always nice when they tell you. Let's go take a look.
So sometimes there's just wear and tear. It's just the nature of having people in your house. Not a big deal. Just stuff happens. Things like the little hooks on the curtain rod, they just snap off, and we just got to get a very, very long ladder and get up there and fix it again. Just takes a minute. This little armoire, they're actually interesting how they work here in France, the old pieces. They have these little pointy metal pieces that usually have a piece that comes out. I don't know where it went. Maybe we've lost it. Anyway, it hooks into this little spot here. And that's how stuff...
Someone pulled it a little too hard. It broke.
Yep. So it hooks into this little spot.
And you want this one fixed. Why?
Well, because then things are actually... Oops, sorry, babe.
No, he's okay.
Things are actually closed up tight so that we don't have any little creatures in there.
For mice.
Yeah.
And over here.
This little spot over here, I have this beautiful little mat. It's just beautiful. Anyways, it is covering something. a little hunk of wood has come out. Yeah, and it's a little, you know, it's just a spot they walk in and out a lot. And so we use this spot a lot, but I don't
Gotta
know
repair
where the piece of wood went, but we gotta fix it. Until then, let's not wreck it.
Mr. Bingley, what happened here? Mr. Bingley doesn't know.
So the dining room is where we keep all the dishes. We had a few unfortunate things this last session with some stuff breaking. So I haven't done it yet, but I will have to take inventory of all our plates to see where we're at. Maybe there'll be a little trip to for IKEA to get more plates, but we'll have to go through. I think there's some that are chipped and stuff still, so that we have to go through. And of course, glasses also got broken. So, you know, this happens.
Here you can see the laundry. We're gonna try again to use the dry cleaners. Last time they lost 16 pillowcases, though.
Yeah.
After I wrote a review, they said they have them, so we'll go see.
We'll see.
In the Grand Salon.
Magically, they have them. We'll find out.
Oh, we have a lovely blanket on the piano.
I know. We need to get maybe a better blanket.
Oh, and we
It
have
was
a-
just so cold.
Lover, we have a blind closed. What are we doing? We want it warm.
I couldn't see.
Okay, so on the piano, you've noticed.
Oh, on the piano, yes. So under the candlestick holder.
Now, it was wonderful that we had so many people playing the piano. Oh, actually, you fixed it already.
I did almost all of it, but there's still a little spot.
Yeah, there was a couple of...
There was some rings. There's still a piece right here. You
Yeah.
can feel it.
So that's not great.
No, I wasn't thrilled about that, but.
That's not bad. Is that the only thing in this room? We had someone opening this door a couple times,
Yeah.
and it was not quite closing, but it seems to be closing now, so that's good.
Does it?
I think so.
Okay.
And the slip cover?
This is why I do slip covers, because you can take them off and get them clean again. This one is not looking happy at all. It used to be white, not anymore.
Not anymore.
It will be again.
Yeah, it's great. It's good. You know, it's good for the young people. Definitely feel at home, and so we find them sometimes sleeping on these couches, and we're kind of like,
Not in this room.
yes, but no. Okay, so this room we're taking down right now. This is the classroom right now. We're sorting things
Rearranging.
out and arranging, but yeah, a couple of chairs have taken a beating, eh?
Yeah, so these were in the foyer, and they have some joint issues all of a sudden.
Some got a little too excited
I
sitting down.
think they just need to get banged back in, and then we'll.
And then this guy too. Now this guy has been trouble. Although it looks like the legs survived for once.
I know.
You know what I did? Because the middle legs kept breaking on this, and so what I did is I just took a saw and I took half an inch. I took half, if I get my finger on here, half an inch off the two middle ones so they don't sit on the ground. Because they were always too high and then they would break. So that's good news. We got that figured out. But
Yeah.
my base, by the way,
Right here.
my other base.
This side is fine. This
Here it
side-
is.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I think we just had too many people and they leaned
Yeah.
back too hard, or you know what? This was a little cheap piece
Yeah.
that was brand new at a store, and you know,
We got it for like $200 or $400.
yeah, it was cheap
It's a nice
during
little couch.
COVID.
Yeah.
I love it, and I hope we can fix
Oh,
it.
this one feels like an easy fix. We'll just pull this in and then fire a big
Oh no,
screw.
no, no,
we'll
no.
have to bury it
How
and
about your
hide it.
nail gun?
Not strong enough. But we'll figure it out. We'll get this one. Up in the corner here this was under where our huge leak was. Actually, that does look wet, doesn't it?
Well,
No, it
it's
can't be
dark.
wet.
It was dark the other day too.
Can't be wet because there's no water coming in there. But you do see that we need to get up there and do some repairing, because now that we got the roof fixed, I think completely fixed, we can touch up this paint and hopefully it'll stay good. And here we are in the main floor guest room, the beautiful room that we did the wallpaper on and the ceiling. And we noticed something about this room.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oftentimes when we're not in rooms for a while, there's always like a wallop of flies on the windowsill or on the floor. And so we just came in here after being away. Very little, one or two, but no big deal. So I wondered if us being here in the fall helped, I don't know, with the air movement. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe not even having the shutters shut. I wonder if that helped keeping them open, because then it didn't create that little layer of warm air that they want to come in there for.
We literally have hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of flies. And the other thing is you had one of our friends caulk a bunch of the windows, which you think,
We did, but we didn't caulk this room.
no, and yet it's still good.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll go check out the bathroom.
I'm following and rolling.
Not even in here, really.
Yeah.
Is there very much in general? Although the girls were just in here, so.
Yeah. Hey, the floor's looking a little better.
Yeah, not
This
bad.
got stained the other year, and it's that.
did.
It's that. What is it? Concrete tile or asphalt tile?
Yeah, concrete, yeah.
And it's it was
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit.
I scrubbed it to death.
Yeah, but it's
So it made it through this year, which was
stayed
awesome.
clean, and I still love this bathroom.
I know.
I'd like to use. I kind of wish we were down here, but anyways.
How about we just fix our bathroom?
Okay, that's coming. That's coming. Hopefully this,
I
if
don't
not
think
before
there's
Christmas, after.
Anything in here?
No, this room survived.
We need to do in here.
Good news.
Good news.
Let's go upstairs. Okay, it's only been a year, but my paint is actually doing well. Now, looking at the camera, it shows all kinds of defects that you can't see in real. So it actually does not look as good. That's a spider web, I think, up there. But no, it's looking good. It has not cracked crazy on us. Again, this could be another benefit of being here and having some heat or even air movement.
Yeah, totally.
You know, less humidity. It looks like things are holding together pretty well.
Well, so far so
My
good.
big wall up there is still looking good. That's great news. This room survived unscathed, which is amazing because there was a lot of activity in here.
That's true.
Guys were playing games all the time.
I have noticed that the mural is starting to crack more
Yeah.
than it did before. Not anything because anyone was in here or not in here, but
It really
it
is.
has been starting. Has been starting to go.
Now again, we don't think this is original by any stretch,
No.
but it's going to be difficult to know what to do with that.
Well, I'm not too worried about it.
No, neither am I. Our unclothed gentleman, which will not be shown.
I think maybe some of your chess pieces had a little too much fun. There's a decapitation.
Yeah, nobody mentioned that.
So hopefully the pieces are in a drawer
Yeah, boat anchors.
so we can glue them back on.
Oh well, this was a fun piece to buy, but it is super fragile. Somebody's Harry Potter wand here.
I think it needs to go in the grand salon.
Yeah, it's too bad. Okay, the Japanese bedroom, which by the way is delightfully warm today with the sun coming in. And we had some issues in the bathroom, you said.
Smells, today.
Yeah, and you said that the girls came and saw us one
so
day and said, yeah.
when we did checkout, this whole bottom, especially of this window, was just completely slimy, like mold slimy. Like it was crazy. So yeah, I got them to come in with vinegar and clean it before we left because it was disgusting.
And their line to you was?
We have mushrooms growing in our bathroom. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a problem.
And then they mentioned they had not opened the windows when they showered, so that was unfortunate.
So this one and the other one over there, we should go take a look.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, so you can see eventually we're gonna need to paint these. They've taken a bit of a beating.
Yeah.
And tragically, I just painted that ceiling a couple of years ago. It's starting to crack.
Well, Amy and I actually.
Yeah,
painted
you guys
it.
painted some and I painted some.
I
Some
know,
of it's
look
good.
at it.
Some
Well,
of it's
again,
good.
it was probably not helped with
No.
the lack of ventilation.
The roof
Yeah,
as well.
that's too bad. Oh, true. So we found some
Somewhat.
flies. This is always notoriously the worst spot in the whole house.
Oh, but hardly any.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's still progress. This
Oh.
may look gross, but it would be
Thousands
now,
and thousands.
In all fairness, that would be when we'd be gone for like months at a time.
And the
So-
girls did vacuum this a few times, I think.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, look, that ceiling's going too.
Oh man, let's go up. Yep, recently painted.
I know.
And I just noticed that this window was not actually closed, which hopefully that was us and it wasn't for a couple of weeks. That is something. Let's close that up.
There we go.
Hey, it closes now.
I know, isn't that great? It's just amazing that it opens.
So the girls in here said regularly that there was a terrible,
Oh,
terrible smell.
Only once.
I thought it was more than
No,
once.
only once they said it was.
And they thought it was sewer, but it doesn't make sense that it was sewer. I thought maybe it was a dead bird, the air coming through here, which made sense. But it doesn't smell at all now.
It didn't even smell when I came in to investigate, so I don't know
Yeah.
how it came, but that would be not a bad spot to investigate.
We need to get in there and take a look. And also we need to see if this chimney's open, because this might be the only one that's open.
Well,
We were hoping it was the one below, but maybe it's this one. All right, this room has a couple things.
it does. So we bought this, one of my favorite beds we bought is this little red velvet bed. But I noticed when I was pulling sheets and stuff that there is a spot that is looking like it's broken or breaking. So that's a little like...
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
quite bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sad about it.
That actually might have been me. I remember hitting that, but we'll have to take a closer look and see what's going on. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's not supposed to do that.
Okay.
Also, we have we still have bees out there. So we got, or bees or wasps, probably wasps. So we got to figure out how to get to those guys. Way up, this
It's a tragedy.
is still, that is still the result of the roofers when they left such huge holes in the valley. We had all kinds of leaks. So that's unfortunate. You understand why the insurance guys are reluctant to insure the Chateau, because if you, every time you had something this, you made a claim, I mean, it would be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get this done right. But you know, we can do it much cheaper. But hopefully we'll get to it. And in our favorite London bathroom, it's been 3 weeks since the students left and still water on the hardwood. So we're gonna have to cut the space up, and we're gonna have to take a look and see what we can figure out over there. That's too bad, Mr. Bingley. That's gonna be a lot of work.
So actually, there's not too much over here. I only noticed one thing from a while ago now.
Nice job, boys.
I know. This drawer got... Oh, did
Well,
you fix it?
Nope.
No, well, it's...
Maybe one of the guys did, or maybe it's a different one. Somebody stepped on one of the drawers.
I think so. So that's gonna need
Yeah, it needs to
glued
be
or
repaired.
fixed or something.
It's good.
So, and I didn't look in the other room.
Let's go look.
Also, has happened. Someone pushed a piece of marble into the floor.
Oh.
So that's unfortunate. We'll have to try and see if we can.
It's funny, like in a normal house, that would be like a disaster. For us, we're like, oh yeah.
We'll have to fix that.
Someone's gonna have to.
That's just how it
We're gonna
goes.
have to get to that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
The guys had a lot of problems with the fire detectors going off. Now we wondered if it can't really be carbon monoxide. We don't think we do have a boiler in the basement, but that's a long ways away from anything.
I think it's more the batteries just running out.
Although we had new batteries in there, so I don't know.
In all of them?
Yeah, we were looking for. We did paint the trim, still looking good.
It is.
We do need to paint the walls in here. And let's open those. We're gonna let all the sun in we can, get some heat. We've also had quite the dickens of time with vacuums. Now we actually have, Mr. Bubs walking around this way. We actually have a few of these little cheap guys, and they work good, but they get plugged. And by the end of the session, I think we had 4 plugged vacuums. And it's just one of those things where we can probably fix them, but it takes time, and you're doing so many other things. So we'll get to it now that we got time. Yeah, it's great to be back at the Chateau. You know, it's been such a long year. My goodness, look at that. The beard's going great. I'm starting to look like the KFC guy, Colonel Sanders. Do I look like Colonel Sanders? Need the hair? Anyways, yeah, no, it is good to be back. Hey, and also it's good to be back to be shooting some videos. Now, I know everybody out there watches for different reasons. Some people just love the Chateau, and they love the idea of owning a French Chateau. And so, you know, you're kind of imagining what would that be like, and you want to kind of enter our story, and we get that. Others of you are also interested in what we're doing with the young people and the study abroad and Christianity, et cetera, et cetera. Some people less interested in that. And that makes sense to us. Now, the last quite a few weeks, we've been doing a lot of stuff with students, so our videos have reflected that. And some of you guys like it, but there's also some folks that are kind of like, can we get back to the Chateau? So we understand that. And so for you guys, we're glad that we're back. Of course, for us, it's all about the students, but the Chateau is an important part, and so we're glad to work on that. Look, by the way, I haven't get that open window open yet. I got to get up there and fix that. So back to regular videos. So the question then becomes for us, what are we going to do with the Advent series? Typically, we've done Rob and Leslie's French Advent. It all started a few years ago when only I could come out, and I was by myself for 25 days out here, and so I decided to put it on camera. I had lots of time. Leslie wasn't there, and so we got a lot of videos up, and people seemed to enjoy it. So we did it the next year. Leslie was out. But it was a little different back then, because in those days we were kind of in Portland all the time teaching, and it was pretty relaxed. So we, you know, by the time Christmas came around and teaching stopped, I'd come over here and we worked like nuts because we only had so many days and we had to get the Chateau ready. So it was really intense, it was crammed, and there was a lot of content for the videos. This is different this year. We're here all year. We've been with students, so we've come out of a really tiring time.
and now we're needing to relax a little bit, and yet Christmas is here. So and then we're gonna go back for part of December. So, you know, I gotta shoot some of these videos a little bit early. Oh, there's a beautiful sun. Yeah, we'll take that. It's cold in the Chateau. So we're like, well, what do we do? So I think we are gonna do it. Probably the videos are gonna be a little shorter. We're gonna do one every day for Advent. We'd love you to come with us. We're gonna add some things. We're gonna talk, we're gonna probably Leslie's gonna maybe cook a couple things. We're gonna put on, she's actually a very, very good cook. She's gonna put out a cookbook one of these days. Probably send it to our Patreon guys or something like that. But she has a really good set of recipes that she does for the students. And so we'll maybe get some of those up there. We're also going to do some Christmas carols. Now, Leslie and I both sing and we play. Now, obviously we're not like super fancy singers or piano players, but it's going to be kind of a sing-along thing. We'll put it at the very end if you don't like it. But we'll do a Christmas carol maybe every video, and we'll sing, but we'll kind of sing in the background a little bit, not a huge bunch of us. And it'll sound best if you sing all with us. Real talk. But I mean, you know, watch it, don't watch it. Some people enjoy it, so we'll do it. We're gonna do some Christmas carols. We're gonna do projects around the house. We're gonna fix up some things that are broken. We're gonna get some new projects going probably. Also, we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing and what else. And we'll maybe talk a little bit about Christmas too, just briefly. So it should be a fun series.
Well, the students did a great job cleaning up for the most part. All the things we asked them, they did great. But there's still, you know, normal stuff like dusting and cleaning all the corners and all of that. And when we get home, when we're away, we shut everything up. So it's always very dark. And in order to keep the air flowing in here, let's turn the lights on. We close all the windows. There's all the beds we have to put away. And we're gonna open this up if we can. Open the shutters. Such a good moment. So if it actually gets sunny, which my goodness, it's supposed to rain all week. And then we'll close this back up. And we'll go to the bathroom. And you know what? There's hardly any flies. Let's slowly go around here. Look at that. No flies this year. Maybe it was great that we were in here during the time when they were kind of wanting to hibernate. I don't know, or maybe it was just that kind of year. Well, I might need 2 hands for this one. Okay, much better. Get some sun in here. And we'll just do that to every bedroom so that then I can put all these blankets away, cover them up with sheets just like they do in the movies, because that's what you have to do. Otherwise you get, wow, it is dark down here. Otherwise you get flies wanting to hibernate and all these crazy things. So yes, it's time to put things away for the winter and tuck everything in nice and snug. Very fun. And won't that be great? Oh, I cannot wait to start sanding that and painting them all. It's always quite the job and it takes quite a long time actually. But it will look spectacular. And look again, not as many flies. Now we did caulk the windows and stuff this year. Maybe this is helping. Nice. And as we open all the windows, we're gonna grab all the towels. I told them to leave them in their rooms because they were really wet. And I figured if you put that in a big pile while we're gone, that will be an enjoyable mold bomb to be sure. So, there'll be a lot of laundry. And somebody's old suitcase that broke. Poor girl dragging it through Paris. But now we'll have to figure out something to do with it. Now, for those of you curious on how shutters work, first of all, why did we stop using this idea? I have no idea. And these are inside shutters, and there's different points on the metal pieces that slot them in. Obviously you have this opens and closes and it moves this rod. Now down here, there's a little rosette piece that when you open it, it pops out because it sticks into this little slot and it holds them tight so that it works perfectly. And you can see how this little piece here slots on, and look how beautiful, beautiful and functional. It's a good combo. So I'm going upstairs. I'm looking for a few Christmas things to put up before we leave. Isn't that fun? I haven't seen these yet. This is where students sign their name right before they leave. Oh, that's fun. Look at everybody. They stayed in the turret, did they? Funny. Sometimes people write where they stayed, like close to their room. Like these guys. Very fun. Very fun. And of course, one of our friends, Camp Martins, drew the house for me on here. Love that. All right, I'm heading all the way up to see, because our container came just like a week or so before students came. We kind of shoved a bunch of stuff into places, trying to figure out where to put it. So I'm gonna look down. This is the servants' staircase, all the way down to the bottom. Very fun, and we still have to go up. Oh my goodness, look at all of those. Do you see those cobwebs? Wowza. They've been busy while we were gone. So this takes us up to the top floor. Sorry for the coughing, it's hard to breathe today. And this is our floor that has immense potential, but I'm just gonna shut the door. And in this little space over here, there's some amazing old built-ins that I love. And we'll get to our attention at some point, but this is where we put a bunch of bins. Okay, punch bowl, no. Christmas clothes, should look through that before we leave. King duvet, we're gonna be needing that. And what's this other one? Rob's extra clothes. Well, where, oh where has it gone? I don't know. But we'll have to keep looking and see where in the world we put some of the Christmas stuff. I have to say I'm super excited about this space. Can't you just see amazing lanterns down the hall? I still like the floor a lot. It's the old tomate. Somehow we have to figure out how to clean those up, which can't be too hard, right? And the light is great up here. Now, unfortunately, these amazing shafts that held light into the hall, the roofers covered over, which wasn't my vote. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this space being alive and amazing again. Can't wait. And without the birds up here, it's starting to feel much more human. And I'm kind of interested in maybe working on that closet now that we have things to store. So excited about that. Do you hear that? This is not what I was hoping to hear. This was all swept and clean. And I hear a flutter again. So not okay, you guys. You have to get out of the house. Yeah. What are we gonna do, guys? We've got to get these guys out of here. How are they getting in? This is ridiculous.
What a beautiful day to do some mowing. Oh man, we're back. We're back in the chateau, and the grass is looking so incredible. It's the end of November, friends. I grew up in a place called Saskatchewan. You know, the grass was brown for a long time. Honestly, it felt like it was green for maybe a couple months of the year, and then back to brown. But here in France, it seems like it stays green all year. And you almost have to mow all year. Like, you know, we'll do this mowing. It's definitely slowed down. There wasn't as much growth this time, but it looks super lush. The weeds have kind of gone away a little bit, which is nice. And we'll probably have to mow one more time in December, and then I think we'll wait till January, maybe even February. So that's great. I don't know much about statues. I sometimes wonder if we should be cleaning this. I don't want to wreck it, obviously. It looks like there is some green stuff on it. Anybody have expertise with this? I don't think you want to power wash it because you don't want like to be ripping it apart, but it would be nice to have her, or maybe it looks good this way. I don't know. Thoughts, comments, any opinions? Guys, this is the very best part about winter. The sun is low enough that it hits the chandelier directly, and we get some amazing reflections. Let's see if you can see them. Oh, I don't know if you can. I can definitely see them. Can you see it twinkling? Boy, I don't know if you can see it. In live here, there's just wonderful reflections. We just got home and I opened the door. Mr. Bingley shot out. By the way, a little bit cold out here. Yeah, that's my breath. And he shot off into the forest, so I'm going to try to get him back here. Stinker. Well, this is our last full day with everybody, with the GAs, with the students. And yeah, I think everybody's pretty sad, but we'll still have a nice day today. You can see the property is looking in fantastic shape. The GA guys brought over the benches, so now we have two matching benches on each side, one at the back, and we have one there, all the same color of green, and we've upgraded our bench here in front of the Chateau. Our friend Brian did a fantastic job on this. It's secure, it's strong, looks perfect. One of our students painted out Natalie painted out the black, and then of course he did the green. So this is really good. It's good because people sit here a lot, and so you can put 3 people here easily, and they can sit and have just a lovely view of the back garden, the back park. What do you think, Bingley? We're almost done our session, and so the place is starting to turn into the off-season mode. All the tables are out, just one big table in the middle. We're gonna miss the students, but it is fun to see the house get into kind of its next phase. We're a few days from the end of the session, and it looks like every garbage bin is full. Yes, we do have American and North American kids, Canadians. So, yikes. All right, we had garbage day, so that's great. That means we can start shuffling more garbage out, start clearing up some of these bins. The unfiltered life of the Chateau owner. Now, normally, we got tons of maggots in some of these bags. Yeah, glorious life. Oh, let's let some of the water drain out of that. We're gonna let that drain too. But we're catching up. It'll probably take a couple of months to get through all these bins, because of course they only take garbage every other week and recycling every other week. And I've got a bunch in another room too, so we'll get to it. Try to get some of the water out of this though, so it is not so heavy to pull. We hauled the garbage out. That's actually harder than you'd think. That's a heavy pail. And now our next job is the water guys said they want a water meter reading. They want me to email it to them. So I gotta see if I can open this up. My foot for scale. That's a big piece of metal, so we'll see if we can get it up. And in fact, we could get it open. There are some advantages of being a big boy. You're not getting any calls to be a model, but once in a while you gotta lift up a big piece of metal and you're able to do it. Take the W, I guess. Let's see if we can get in here and how to figure out how to open it. Okay, see if we can read that. 468472, I think. Okay, first big job. It's one day, we're just back last night with the students. And so unfortunately, I would love to take a full day off here, gonna be honest, but the orange fiber guys said they were coming and they could come today, and so they're coming. They said at 10, but now they say noon. They'll be here in the afternoon likely. And so we're gonna get in there and make sure this hole is ready to go so that they can hopefully get us some internet for next year's students. A lot of times when working on a project, I find it helpful to have either like a trailer or, in this case, a little cart you can put all your tools on. I'm gonna have to cut in to some of these things and see what we can find. Just keeps all your stuff together, easier to move it. Sometimes I use the lawnmower, but today just this cart. So I'm really hoping they're gonna be satisfied with this. At least we found where the telephone comes in and goes into a conduit, and then we know that it goes here. He's already run the tape here. So we know that this one's clear. I'll walk you over to it. Got this all dug out, filled out with water a little bit. Coming in there, and then we have two running here, and I wanted to see, and it's the one that's further away from the house, the left from this side. So what we're gonna do, we know we found that, we think we found the pipes over here, and so I'm gonna, my good friend Noah, and maybe Eddie too, those guys dug down quite a ways. I dug a little bit too. And now I'm gonna get down there with the, first I'm gonna take the electrical tester to make sure there's no power so I don't die. And if there's no current going through there, no high power electricity, which there shouldn't be, but always safe, right? Better safe than sorry. Then what I'm gonna do is cut into one of the conduits and double check to make sure it's the same cable, and then it gives them access. And also I'm gonna run a fish tape to make sure that there's no obstructions. I'm pretty sure there's no obstructions on this side because they were able to, well, I guess I'm not completely sure, but there might be an obstruction on the other side. It's possible there's another junction I've missed just a few feet over, in which case we'd have to continue digging. So let's get down in there and see what we can see. Okay, great job by Noah. Well, you did a nice job digging down here, and I got it all cleared out now. And we got lots of stuff. Now, this is what makes me nervous. First of all, that looks like a ground wire or something, I don't know. So that makes you get nervous for electricity. Don't know what that is. I think these are our two telephone ones. Should be in there. We're gonna cut it open and look. These look like pipes, like water pipes, which is weird, but maybe. And then of course a big orange conduit, which they dug lots of those, and sometimes those are empty just for future stuff, so we'll see. But let's put the electrical thing on just so we don't start digging and then electrocute ourselves, right? We don't want to die doing this. Now, the second reason I'm a little bit nervous is because there's this kind of like, we had to dig through this. There's kind of like a mesh, which kind of about a foot over all this, which kind of almost suggests to me that as they were burying it, they put this in to let people know, hey, there's something here, don't break it. Now, could that be electrical? I hope not. So let's test them out. Now, this might not even, this is pretty big conduit, so it might be in there and we wouldn't be able to read it, but this we would read if it was electrical. So nothing there, nothing there. We don't know about that one. And then this, I think, looks like the phone ones. Nothing reading. Nothing on the ground, and nothing on that. We're not gonna open that up. Oh, there's a beep, but that's just one. That's, no, I think that's, usually goes, oh, like that. Well, if anything, it might be in there. We're not gonna touch that one. And we'll be really careful about this one too. We might start with a drill and just drill a little hole to take a look, is what we might do. It's always about having the right tools, and this little guy is perfect. This little Ryobi, battery operated, so I could just cut through here, but not too far in, just a little bit over like that. And we can open it up, and then let's see if this will come on. And that is very good news. That looks exactly like the cable. Now the next question is, does it move as we pull it up? So I'm gonna get Leslie to come out here, and I'm gonna pull on it and see if it moves on the other side. And if it moves on the other side, then we know we got the right one, the right cable. Then I'm gonna put a fish wire each way and see how far it goes. So I think they're gonna be happy with this. I really do. So personally, I can't wait to get out here and mow. The grass has slowed down finally. End of November, it's slowed down, but it still needs a mow. but it's pretty much done for the year. So I got at least one more mow left. But yeah, I got the perfect tool now. We're gonna put this fish wire in. This is what, when the guys come, they're gonna have a much better version, a much bigger version of this. But we're gonna run this into that conduit and see how far we can go without hitting a blockage. Hopefully we go the whole way. And if we go the whole way, they're gonna be very happy, I think. And I think they'll be able to run the whole cable. Now, again, it's possible, because when they ran it last time, they got to about here. They got to here and they stopped. They couldn't go any farther. Now, it might be because it turns, or because there's a cave in, or there's also possible there's a junction box there and they maybe mislabeled it a bit. This is the spot they gave us, so we dug here. But it's possible we'll put it in this way and go about 2 feet and then get a stoppage, in which case there's probably a junction, in which case I will have to dig like crazy the next couple hours to get over to it. Incidentally, we're gonna, if there's not a junction box, we're gonna put one in here. So next time we know how to get here instead of having to dig the whole crazy thing. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Yeah, it's great. First
That
of all,
is so deep.
no, I did a killer job. Nothing, there's no
Wow.
power anywhere. We got one orange, we got 2 metal pipes, it feels like. Wrapped in,
Interesting.
I don't know. And then we got this one. This, I think, is it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Here's the next step. Sometimes you need a 2-person job, and we got Leslie here. So here, I'm pretty sure this is the cable. Now, here is the good news. I put in the fish tape, and it went a long ways. So that's really good. That means there's no, I think that means that there's no junction box I've missed. So very happy about that. I don't have to keep digging for hours and hours.
Quite the outfit you have.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a very, very pretty individual. Looks are my life. This is the moneymaker right here.
Of course it
The
is.
views, the subscribers.
is.
It's
Of
all
course
my
it
address.
is.
Okay, it's the Chateau, we know.
Okay.
Okay, so Leslie's gonna go over to the other side, and she's gonna try to pull on this cable. It goes in from the stables and then over. You're gonna try to get down. You might get a little dirty.
I have gloves. It's all good.
And then you're gonna pull, and I'm gonna see if this cable moves. And if it moves, we've got the right one.
All right, let's
Okay,
go
go
find
get 'em.
out.
Okay, so we switched it. I'm pulling, Leslie's watching. Now, watch carefully. Do you see the cable move? Watch for it. Spoiler alert, the internet guys did not come. There it is. Yeah, it moved. We got the right one. They did not come that day, but they did come the next day. So, you know, take what you get.
Well, something that wasn't supposed to take very long has taken a long time. So, high-speed internet has finally made it here. And it has been in our area for a few months already. And they came and tried to do it in August. And we had some kind of weird wiring issue from all the way out at the stables. But Rob dug up a bunch of stuff, and our boys, our GAs from last session, dug a hole, and I think we found it, which is very exciting. And now Rob's out there. Let's see if we can zoom in for you. And that is said hole with hopefully the place where it's supposed to get pulled through. And I hope they're gonna be able to figure out how to accomplish this. Very exciting. Our internet has been fine, but not great. It takes forever to upload videos, and it will be delightful if they can finally figure out how this wire makes it from the stables to the house. Very exciting. Someone's not happy that he can't go. But he's annoying to the guys out there, so he can stay home for now. Sorry, Bing Bing. Sorry. Sorry, Bing Bing. We'll have to go get some work done. Yeah. Well, they're walking back. Hopefully that's good news. We'll find out.
Okay, well, the guys were just here and they took a look at everything. The good news, they said it looks great. The hole looks great, but then they looked and they were like, oh, ooh la la, tuck, 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 tuck. And the gist of it was way too much work for one interview. So we had them booked today for 2 hours. They said, no, it's gonna be 8 hours. And so they made an appointment hopefully for next week, and they're gonna come in force to do the whole thing. It is a long run, you know, from the house all the way to the hole over there, down there, to the stables, up, out to the road. It's a long run. I believe it's gonna take 8 hours. So we're excited for today. Not gonna happen today, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes.
Well, hopefully you're keeping warm wherever you're watching this today, and know that we're trying to do the same at the Chateau. Our next video will be December 1st, Rob and Leslie's Christmas Advent, French Advent. Will be lots of fun. Hope you'll come and join us. And we'll also, by the way, talk a little bit about our next project that we're going to take on. our board of directors has given us some really good direction, and we're excited about it. So thanks a lot. Have a good day.